All right, welcome. Welcome to our little demo. It's Kiki called it a fun tutorial, and I'm really running with that because we wanted to take about 15 minutes to just show you the software, getting it set up for success, and how to achieve success not only with your meal garden account and your nutrition platform, but also your client success. So we wanted to walk you through making it look amazing. And I'm going to show you the branding elements of Meal Garden, setting your account up with your banner and your homepage and everything fun like that. We're going to be sharing some Meal Garden stories, or Kiki's going to be sharing some stories. And I'm also going to walk you through a little bit of the software integrations and how to use it, how to create flexibility with your meal plans so that you can edit on the spot and have fun with your clients, and also work with your clients where they are. So keep in mind throughout all of this that Meal Garden isn't just a nutrition tool, it's also a coaching tool. And we really wanted to show you how you can do that in a short time span without taking too much of your time up, and keeping this as kind of like a base for some of the ongoing presentations that we're going to have in the months to come. So, brief introduction about Kiki and I. My name is Jenny. I'll be presenting for half of this to show you the software and do a little demo. And then Kiki is going to be sharing some fabulous stories, or a fabulous story. My name is Jenny Shaw. I am the marketing manager for Meal Garden, and I'm also the founder of Social Wellness Co. We're a boutique content marketing agency. Sorry, my cat is chiming in now. She might get loud. If she does, I'll take a quick break and try to get her to go somewhere else. But yeah, so Social Wellness Co., content marketing agency. We specialize in social media management. I'm also a CSNN graduate. I don't know, it sounds like some of you are from the States, so you might not know what CSNN is. It's almost the equivalent of the health coaching schools in the States. I think IIN is one of the big ones over there. It's very similar. I was a graduate as a registered holistic nutritionist and got into the content creation world. So that's how I've managed to launch an agency now. And nutrition ultimately is my passion. So love being here at Meal Garden. And Kiki, I will let you share about yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Kiki. I'm the Meal Garden Chief Content Officer. I host our podcast, Making It Real, and I also participate in events like this. I've actually been with Meal Garden ever since I graduated university, and I've just had various roles at the company. I actually took a little break a little while ago to build my own company, Adapt Daily, where we have adaptogenic gummies. And I also do coaching on the side. I help women struggling with food. I help them take the food concepts out of their head and back into their stomachs. And really excited for this fun tutorial.
I love it. All right, so we're going to do a few things to set up your Meal Garden for client success. And when we say client success, we're talking about, again, that concept of meeting your clients where they are in their nutrition space, like where they are in the world of nutrition for them, whether they're at the beginning of their journey or they're more advanced or they've been doing it a long time. Meal Garden is a really amazing and functional software and tool to meet them wherever they are. So we're going to dive into the software and also discuss how setting up your Meal Garden can contribute to your success and your client's success through branding, customization, on-the-spot editing, and the ability to add your brand to their phone, which is something that you might not know about yet, if you are new to Meal Garden, if you're curious about Meal Garden, or even if you've been using Meal Garden for a little while, this is a relatively new integration, and it makes it super easy for your clients to just open their phone and see your logo forefront and center, which is also an amazing coaching tool. So I'm briefly gonna share that. It's just an article, so I'll pass that on when we do the replay, so you can have access to that information. But did want to share it because it's really neat. And then also wanted to touch base on how success doesn't necessarily come from pre-made meal plans. It comes from talking to your clients, coaching and listening. And Meal Garden really is different from a lot of the other meal planning tools because of that ability to coach on the spot with your Meal Garden account. Just added in this little quote: software integration can be a magical thing when it's done correctly. Not only do you have a forward-facing sales tool with Meal Garden, but you save hours every week in nutrition planning. And I wanted to add this because software can be a pain sometimes. Like right now with my business, I think we work with at least 10 different software integrations. And just as an example, because it so recently happened to me, but I, over the past 2 days, have spent 3 hours dealing with software issues with a tool that I'm using unrelated to Meal Garden. And it can be a pain, but when you use it, when it's set up correctly, when it's integrated into your business in an effortless way, it can save you so much time. And when you're running a digital business, software is almost like a business companion. It helps grow your business, it helps scale your business. And Meal Garden is going to not only save you so many hours per week putting together nutrition content, but it's also going to save you in coaching. It's going to save you in your discovery calls. It's going to save you in so many more ways delivering information. So I just wanted to add this because as we do get a lot of people saying, oh, like setting it up, and I don't know a lot about the integrations in Meal Garden. I wish I knew more about it. But spending a little bit of time doing that back-end research and figuring out where everything is and how to use it is really going to save so many more hours down the road. All right, so I'm going to flip to the software. And we're going to get started on branding. So this might look a little bit different, but essentially the back end of Meal Garden is the same for everybody. But because I have a admin account, there are some areas where it might look a little bit different. We're going to switch. The top right-hand corner is your name, your account. As you can see, Jenni Shaw here, a little picture of me looking off into the abyss. And hit branding. So clicking on this is going to give you access to more of the back-end stuff for your information. And if we were just to go back, right here is where you're actually creating content. So the one thing I want to note is that the thing about brands is that nobody remembers a brand that doesn't stick out in their mind, right? But imagine your client seeing your branding on their Meal Garden accounts and it's forefront and center. They can open up their phone, like I said, click on your logo. They get instant access to their nutrition plans. When you send them information or a note or a message, it automatically pops up. They can open it up and just wherever they are in their life, out at a restaurant, at home, in the middle of a work day where they feel, you know, those binging like feelings pop up in their life, they can just like instantly access you. And that's the amazing thing about Meal Garden is that giving them that instant access and that branded experience, it really just elevates your brand above others. And using Meal Garden, there's nothing else really like that out there. So utilizing your branding when it comes to setting up your Meal Garden account and getting your clients set up is going to be really, really powerful. So this is the branding experience here. It's pretty straightforward. When you go into branding, you can add your logo, the name of your company, the colors, the font. You can change your font style, which is really neat as well, and just try to get it as close to what your font is. You know, if you use a serif or a sans serif, there's a lot of options here to mimic that. And then also your sign-up links are here, which makes it really simple. If you want to get a new client in, you simply just hit your sign-up links, copy to clipboard, send them a DM, send them an email and say, hey, we're going to get you integrated into Meal Garden. Here's the link. Super simple, super direct. The other thing about setting up your account is there are a lot of options for adding some fun branding elements to it. Like here, there's a header background. And as you can see, like my background is in food photography, recipe development, and I work a lot with wellness brands. So this is just some of the recipe content that I've created, and I whipped that up in Canva. But being mindful that this sizing is, you know, the height is quite small compared to the width. And then you just replace it. You can upload whatever you want, your profile picture. I would definitely recommend adding a profile picture of you if you are not a corporation or have, you know, business partners and stuff, just so that your clients can see your face. And when they log in, it's like, oh, there is my coach. I instantly connect to that person. So that's on profile. Again, really simple. Your about section, adding in, oftentimes just adding in your website bio or maybe your Instagram bio here, your website links to reinforce, maybe some social media links. And then another thing that you can add, which is really cool, and we have some demos on this, it's probably something we won't dive into today, but we can talk about later, is an introductory video. You can actually upload a Loom video here where you welcome your new clients, which is really, really, really neat. And then your cover page is the last thing I wanted to talk about. So there's options here where you can have a cover page that attaches to the content that you deliver to your clients, whether it's a meal plan or a program or anything that's forward facing for your clients. There's different layout options here. As an example, this is something that, again, was created in Canva. Super simple, you know, your logo, a little photo, some information, and it just makes the meal plan, it makes the content just look a lot nicer, adding your face again for branding, your logo, all of that fun jazz. So that is on cover page, you know, adding a little bit more information here, a message, etc. And then the last thing is your client portal. You can send custom emails to your clients. You can, for new clients, you can set up a welcome series that says, hey, welcome, I want to get you started. Here's how to add my logo to your phone. The invited email, like here's your invitation to sign up where you can add the link. And there's some other options here that are already like almost pre-activated for you. So all you have to do is fill this out, save it, and then it's ready to go for new clients that you bring in. So really setting up your Meal Garden account is quite simple, and making sure that your branding and all of that fun information is there and accessible upon accessing Meal Garden can really, really help you stand out. And that helps with client retention. It helps keep people on, it reduces your client drop off, and it just makes them feel nurtured. So that experience is really quite amazing. The next one I wanted to talk about is making nutrition really easy. And I'm just showing you my Canva because I realize that if I present and close it, then it's just too quick. So this is a cover page, but making nutrition easy for everybody. is really important, and Meal Garden helps with that quite effortlessly. So making nutrition easy for your clients, obviously that's something we're all focused on. Making nutrition accessible, easy helps keep your clients with you, right? But nutrition also has to be easy for you, right? It has to be easy to put together a plan. It has to be easy to send a client a recipe on the spot, to edit and adjust. And something that a lot of the other meal planning tools don't have that Meal Garden does is that capability. So I'm going to do a mini demo on just the meal plan experience and some of our search functions. Go back here. So I'm going to use something that's pretty relevant to most of us: gluten-free. Now, right now we're looking at created by me. There's a couple different options. You can create your own meal plans from scratch. If you have a team, you can create meal plans together. There's a team function in Meal Garden. Or you can simply, if you just want to save even more time, you can simply access one of our 79 gluten-free meal plans. There's a lot going on here. And just to note that the title may say AIP, but you can copy it into your meal plan, Meal Garden, and rename it to whatever you want, right? So these are just base templates. You know, as a nutritionist, that once you click on an AIP meal plan, it's going to be autoimmune protocol, which is probably free of sugar, gluten-free, free of dairy, all of the things that are part of that. So it is a great base meal plan for gut healing protocol, for AIP, for thyroid issues, you name it. Anything that we can use as this template is going to be great in the future for any other condition that's related to this, right? So you can take this and hit more options and then make a copy. I'm just going to rename it to gluten-free demo. And now it is copied into my Meal Garden. So going back to what I initially showed you where it said my meal plans or pre-made meal plans, now this is going to show up under my content. Really cool, really easy. And then to edit anything in the meal plan is also super easy. Like, you can move things around, just drag and drop. You can click on a recipe. You can view and edit it on the spot. So it's down here, edit recipe. And this is where Meal Garden gets really, really amazing and really flexible for client coaching. So we have a client who doesn't like cauliflower. We can just delete it. And maybe we're okay with grains. So we type in brown rice. Oops. A 1/4 cup. Save. Now this mashed cauliflower is a brown rice base instead. And I'm just using that as an example. That might sound not delicious, but using it as an example of how easy it is to modify. So editing on the spot, you have a client that is dairy free, but there's some dairy in the meal plan. A lot of different options that you can do here. And then on the right-hand side, it's showing you how much nutrition is in the meal plan or the recipe. And let's see what else we got here. You can also print if you want to see the nutrition breakdown a little bit more forward facing. You can scale it as well. And you can remove it from schedule. So it's pretty amazing in terms of flexibility. The last thing I wanted to show you about meal plans, and this also goes for creating recipe collections, creating singular recipes. I'm just showing meal plans because, it's as a base, a meal plan can really start a program. So aside from editing singular recipes, editing meal plans, you can also import foods. So there is a huge database of foods in our system, and they're just singular foods. If you wanted to add more arugula to a recipe, you wanted to add avocado oil instead of olive oil, you wanted to just add a side of banana or a side of Greek yogurt, like the foods database is really quite advanced. This is just showing you the foods that are in this specific meal plan that we have in our foods database. But if you do search the foods database, it's quite elaborate. I don't know how many we have in there, but it is, I think it's been taken from the USDA. You know what? I don't know where the foods are coming from, but they have been, the nutrition data, I'm pretty sure, is correct on everything, and it's been taken from a database. So we have access to thousands of foods that you can import into your meal plans as singular pieces of food. They're not pre-made meals, they're not pre-made recipes. So really cool feature. You can add anything you want into those plans. All right, we'll do a Q&A at the end, just to not take up too much time in between, because it was supposed to be 15 minutes. We're at 20 minutes right now. And I think the last thing I wanted to talk about is just this concept of the ups and downs of a health journey. So your clients are going to experience highs and lows in their healing path. With healing, and especially with a lot of us who have gut issues or autoimmune diseases, it comes with flares, especially at high stress times in life. It comes with having periods of being on track, followed by periods of being off track. Before Kiki takes over and tells a little bit about, tell some stories, I just wanted to emphasize the fact that meal planning and nutrition coaching needs to be flexible and adaptable, and you need to be able to work with your client as they experience these issues. So using a software like Meal Garden is really crucial for providing that flexibility while saving time and worry during your client's healing journey. So now I'm going to kick it over to Kiki. I'm going to stop sharing. Oops.
I'm gonna go off mute. I have some construction happening outside my window, so hopefully that doesn't get any more intense than it already is. Thank you so much for the demo. I actually just wanted to, as I mentioned at the beginning, I host the Making It Real podcast, and I've been in touch with many of our customers and our practitioners over the years. And I thought for just to wrap up this presentation, I would share a story of a practitioner that uses the tool in a way that might seem a little bit surprising. I, for one, come from a mindset of, really helping to empower people around food, and sometimes our clients need a lot of hand-holding, and then some of them just need a little bit of guidance and boundaries, and ultimately can make their own decisions around what they're eating. And I want you to know that either way, whichever spectrum you're on in terms of using Meal Garden, whether it's for very, very intense specific protocols, or if it's more for just providing them with these very flexible boundaries, Meal Garden is 100% the perfect tool to do so. So an example that really highlights that is Luana Flacco, who is a holistic nutritionist. She has a focus on digestive health, specifically helping women obtain better digestion without following strict diets. And this might seem counterintuitive, right? Because Jenni's been showing you just how minute you can get in terms of the foods, the ingredients, the recipes, etc. And while that's amazing, and while in some cases that's completely necessary in order to help a client heal, you can also really use the tool in a way that's more flexible. And so Luana started using Meal Garden specifically because she blatantly admits that she just hated writing meal plans. It takes way too much of her energy. And she noticed that when she first started out as a nutritionist, she'd make certain food recommendations for her clients, but really they needed more. they needed to know how to work it into a meal, how to work it into their day. So instead of having clients ask, okay, great, you're telling me I need to eat more asparagus, but, you know, what does that actually look like? So now she can just, type into Meal Garden asparagus. She gets in a number of nutritionist verified recipes, which then she can send to her clients, whether she works them into recipe collections, individualized meal plans. So that's really how Luana's journey started with Meal Garden. But then she eventually realized that, why should I do the searching, or at least on my own? Why not actually incorporate my clients into the process? And I loved hearing her story and hearing them more and more as the time passes of practitioners actually inviting their clients to work with them on Meal Garden so they can really feel like they're doing it together. It's still fast, it's still efficient, but it also means that your clients feel in control of their meal choices, which we all know makes not only for higher client compliance rate, but also just sustainability over the long run. So again, just really highlighting that there's a vast ways of using Meal Garden, and whether that's you on your own, you kind of delegating it out to clients, you guys doing it together. The options are endless. Jenni, thank you so much for presenting kind of the setting up demo. I'm sure we're going to be following up with everyone that watched this. If you do have any specific questions, I know that you can either reach Jenni or myself directly to ask questions. Where shall we send everyone, Jenni? How shall we wrap this up?
Yeah, so I'll send a follow-up email out with this demo just as a replay. And so you can see the demo on repeat if you need to access that information, as well as send the link to get the your logo on your clients' phones, which I think is super important and super valuable. And you can just reply to that email. If you have any specific questions about the software, we can pull Jeff into the loop because he's got the most software knowledge. And keep in touch, because as we continue, we're going to do more of these demos and we're going to get more in depth with Meal Garden. And we'll also send you, if you're new to Meal Garden, we'll send you a code to get started with a trial link.
Amazing. Thank you everyone for joining.
Thank you. Hope everyone has a wonderful day.